Hi, I'm Joe, and I'm going to show you how to replace the paddles on Samsung stainless steel French door refrigerator. I've benefited so much over the years from YouTube videos and people making these and helping us work that I'd felt like showing off and showing one for you guys to make sure you can do the same thing. All right, so what we have here is I have this ice water dispenser paddle, and what happened with mine is the ice mechanism broke off. The little plastic piece broke off. I didn't know that it broke off, but every time I push it in, I just get water. Very first thing you want to do is unplug your appliance. Then you also want to make sure that there's a child lock up here. You want to make sure that that child lock is pushed in, so that way you're not spraying yourself with water the whole time you're doing this. Although if the fridge is off, I don't think it should come out. Could be wrong about that though. All right, so what's happening first is you're going to replace you're going to take out the little screw. There's a screw over here. It's going to be on, as you look at the fridge, to the right side. So I'm going to pull that out real fast. And I know this is an A1 quality video, but we're going to do the best we can here. So I'm unscrewing it. All right, so we got that screw out, and that's the only screw. That's the only screw. If you look up in there, that'll be the only screw that holds this on. All that else, the only other thing that holds this thing on is, if you look, you got really 4 underneath bracket, little tabs, and you have 1 up top right here. The only way you're going to get this out is by literally, I'm gonna lean with my shoulder on the door so it doesn't open, and I'm gonna pull. If that doesn't work, if you're not one blessed with a lot of strength, then you definitely want to get something really tiny, as far as thin, like a knife, but a really thin knife, and you want to pop the tabs. But I'd be very careful not to bend your stainless steel on this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lean in and I'm going to yank on this a little bit, and it'll pop right out. Well, it will. I'm going to have to use 2 hands here. Hold on. 1 second. There we go. All right. Yeah, and that's a little bit of a job. It takes a little bit of force to get that out. Just be careful not to put your fingers way in there, because if you go way in there, you'll go into that white cup that holds the ice tray, and that's not what you're pulling on. You're only pulling on, if you look in here, you're only pulling on the plastic. You just want to get in the plastic just barely in there when you put your fingers in there to pull. If you look, there's a couple of little connectors. Don't pull on the wires. You got to be real careful with these, because if especially if you're going to put in a whole new unit, that's okay. But if you're just replacing parts, then you definitely don't want to pull on it. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver to get that out, so you can kind of see what we're looking at. We're looking at the wires. You want to kind of remember what goes where. That's real important later on. So we're going to pop this off at the base with the screwdriver. Just a second here. Hi Ashley, how you doing?
Good. Can we go soon?
I'm in the video.
How long is this gonna take? Why are you doing the video? You can cut it out anyways when you edit it.
You just ruined it. Thank you. Just kidding. Well, you messed it all up. You should be out of my video. That's not nice. All right. So you can kind of see, I'm going to show you a little bit what just happened here. So we got the connector, and what I'm trying to replace here is just this basic piece here. And so I'm trying to replace with the paddle that I bought online. Paid about $70 for that thing. But it's going to be nice to finally have ice again. And that's the thing, is we've been reaching in, grabbing ice for a few months and finally got tired of it. So that's why we're doing this. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and undo some of this, and we're going to try to replace it. And I'm just checking on the wires right now and see what's what. Just making sure I pull the right stuff. And it looks like I got 2 connectors that I mainly have to deal with. And the third one, oh, no, 3 come off of there. Okay, so I was just double checking to see where we're at with this. And so now I gotta unhook this basic connecting part. And detach it from the base unit. All right, and so the way that has to happen is it actually has to come backwards, which is why it's so difficult. You can't do it when it's inside that. And all right, so what's going to happen is you got to pull pretty hard. You got to hold this tight, and you got to pull this off. If not, you can whack it a little bit with like a rubber mallet to slide it off, but it slides right off the back end. And once you get that taken care of, I'm going to slide the new part back in. And it should go in there fairly nicely as mine is. There we go, snaps right into place. Looking very nice. And then you got to make sure you get your wires hooked up right. So if you remember, our brown one came off of over here. And our other 2 came from up, the other one came from up top. Which I just got to make sure I get that connected in the right manner, which I just did. And then the last one gets connected to the fridge as I'm putting it on here. Try to show you that. And it goes right up in the corner. Bam. Okay, now all we have to do is we have to slide this back into place. And then this, we're ready to go, ready to turn on some power. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in very carefully. I want to make sure that I get all of these little